Leap for Landcare, a Bedlam production. Picnics aren't what they used to be, are they? Been for a swim lately? The landscape has changed a lot since you were a lad. Don't drink the water, young fellow! Oh, told you so. Hey, you. That's right, you. What are you doing about the environment? See yourself being part of a team of highly trained professionals? Pushing your mind and body to the very limits of endurance. Using some of the most modern and sophisticated technology in the world today. Then don't hesitate, because Landcare and your country need you. He's off, and so should you. Leap for Landcare.
Well, Winterbottom, I hope that recruitment film does the trick. Lord knows we're losing some of our best people out there.
Yes, sir!
Any news from 2nd Division?
Yes, sir. This information just came in, but I'm afraid it's bad news.
What? But they're our best troops!
I know, sir, but you better see it for yourself.
Winterbottom! What are we to do?
I don't know, sir. The people at Tactics are at wit's end.
Winterbottom, get me Ranger.
Yes, sir!
Because of the sensitive nature of the following material, the voice of Ranger will be performed by a professional actor.
But enough of that, let's get on with it. Alright, chaps. Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'll just get him for you. Hello, what? 2nd Division? All of 2nd Division? I can't believe that for a moment. Pay attention, chaps, the environment's in trouble here and over here. So mobilise your forces, and yes, well, that's a very acceptable thing to do. Now, pay attention. No, you'd hardly bring that over. You wouldn't do that. Pay attention, please. Ouch! What are we going to do? Call the Leap Patrol, sir. Oh, I hope they're available at short notice. Get me the Leap Patrol.
Yes, sir! It's on!
The Leap Patrol! Tonight's stars include Adam, Cooking Utensil Butler, Emma, Fluffy Denellen, Richard, Sard Hemming, Bernard, Biff Wells, and Greg, Smiley Shields. In tonight's episode, the Leap Patrol tackle the problem of the need for trees.
Tree surgery!
Driving stakes into the very heart of the problem. Planting out and restoring nature to what it truly should be. The Leap Patrol are on guard.
Well, that should fix things. Winterbottom, I'm going for a walk.
But, sir,
What?
we're airborne.
Don't be ridiculous, man.
It's not actually like that. Let's have a look what really goes on in a Leap Landcare project.
In landcare groups, the community can work together on issues of environmental concern. Leap labour market programs provide a possible way forward for landcare, whether your group is dealing with the impact of mining, such as here at Captain's Flat in New South Wales, or problems closer to home. Landcare and Leap can work well together in tackling issues such as soil conservation and water management problems. Control of introduced species such as briars is also an issue of landcare concern. Some landcare groups have worked with Leap to remove willow and other introduced species from creek banks, preventing the choking of the watercourse. Landcare, with the assistance of Leap, is commonly involved in projects that maintain and improve the integrity of catchment areas. Water systems are the lifeblood of the land. When they are degraded, the impact on the environment as a whole can be devastating. This acidic creek from a mining area near Captain's Flat ends up in Canberra's Lake Burley-Griffin, which then flows into the Murray-Darling system. Water quality is more than control of pollution from mining and industrial activity. Salinity, water sediment and nutrient control are other major water management issues for Landcare, in which LEAP programs may have a role.
The McCoy's Creek, Allens Creek Landcare Group wanted to get LEAP in to re-vegetate the bottom of the spillway below the new structure that's been built in to cope with the runoff from the golf course and the Glen Eagles estate. The main tasks that the LEAP group have undertaken is to plant water species or reeds and rushes in the actual raceway where the water comes through, and that acts as a nutrient trap for a lot of the water that comes from the urban areas and from the golf course. It also slows down the impact of the water on the sides of the banks and things like that. Further up the banks, they're planting the casuarinas and shrubs to stabilise the banks, hold them together. And then further down the creek again, they're going to put in rip lines with eucalypts and cut some of the briars, which are a major problem, introduced weed in this area. The Landcare Group would have had great difficulty in achieving the amount of work that the LEAP program has done, particularly on a short-term basis that they've carried out this work. We certainly would have been of 12 to 18 months timescale if we'd have been able to get the manpower and the people together. But as I said, these people will carry out this work in a 6-month period, and that's very good. Follow-up in this area will be quite important because obviously, if there isn't a little bit of care taken of these trees, they won't survive. And I know the young people have expressed their concern about the follow-up. But again, we go back to the point of ownership of the land. If we can encourage these people or these young people to feel that they have had an input here and they do belong to the land, that they'll come back and they'll spend a bit of time and try and encourage the trees, perhaps give them another water, perhaps give them a weed, even on a private basis or a personal basis, that they spend their own time coming back to look after these things.
This man has woody weed infestation. This man is suffering from gully erosion. This man has an algae problem.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Turn this into this.
For all your Landcare rejuvenation needs, call LEAP, LEAP LEAP on the number not available on your screen.
I've learnt a lot of good ways of help preserving the environment and ways of maintaining creek beds and other interesting landscaping things.
I hope to develop skills that I could use maybe to impress employers.
I joined LEAP because I wanted to learn more about the environment and how to look after it, and also I want to learn more skills in landscaping.
It's a very good way of getting a lot of work done without very much expense.
I think the public gets reassurance that there is people out there, they're caring for the environment and caring enough to plant trees and look after them.
When LEAP does a project like this, the public can see what a difference the environment it makes.
Well, basically after we leave, which is in 6 months, people like Landcare groups need to come along and look after the trees as much as they can, and basically just taking care of them until they're all right to live by themselves.
Sir!
Winterbottom, I'm not long for this world. There's so much I've wanted to tell you. Like the time when...
Do you think there's time for that, sir?
No, very silly of me. Winterbottom, I want you to tell them that even though the LEAP patrol have finished, that the work still must go on.
Sir!
Yes, Winterbottom?
What he was trying to say is that you need to keep looking after an area once a LEAP project's been through. Please use LEAP, but remember that the responsibility is still yours.
I suppose a reference is out of the question, sir.
Oh!